So I don't know whether Forrest Lee is Gav in or Gav out, right? He's a billionaire who also doesn't have to care about your opinion or mine.
I mean, suddenly next year, Shopee ad is Gavin.
When, there's someone who is quietly confident in his own way and he knows the system, the culture, the boys, and he can produce results already, right? So why not, man?
Even if he carries on as assistant head coach, I mean, we are in the land of senior ministers.
Yeah.
We are in the land of minister mentors. We are in the land of emeritus whatever shit. Okay, he can still stay as head coach, but you surround him with people with experience. Why can't you do that? We all know that scams are a bigger problem than ever. You know what's even scarier? Scammers are getting smarter fast. Remember when it just used to be sketchy emails from a prince that needed help with his fortune? Then came the calls impersonating government officials asking for your personal info or money. And now, they've moved on to social media and messaging platforms. But don't worry, WhatsApp actually has built-in features to help you spot scams. For example, when a stranger messages you, a small info card or contacts card pops up to let you know whether they are in your contacts, if you share any WhatsApp groups, and even what country their phone number is from. So if someone random slides into your messages, check the contacts card first. And if you don't know them, hit block and report so that WhatsApp can ban these accounts. This is super important. So please also share it with your family so that they can protect themselves from scams too, especially your parents. This PSA is brought to you in partnership with Meta as part of Operation SOP, or Save Our Parents, with the goal of reminding you that you can actually do your part to reduce scams. And now, on to the podcast. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Yala, your thrice weekly podcast where we talk about the hottest news with a touch of what, Terrence?
Good old humor.
Good old humor. Good to have you back, man.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, you know?
I know.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, as humble as ever.
Podcast languishing without me.
Oh, is it?
Right?
You might want to look at the numbers again,
yeah, pretty well.
While you were gone.
No, I mean, it's quite... I mean, it was quite amazing that... I think this week was quite interesting, exciting week, right? The guest we got on, Andy, was in the news.
Yeah.
Just as we also got him as a guest, right?
Yeah.
And then Jackie also came on just as Singapore also was like, big week for Singapore football.
Yeah.
And
So
he
you-
also close ties with Singapore football as well.
So you're saying it's the external factors that determine it rather than the hosts themselves.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. Very
Nice,
much so.
man. Nice. But how was the trip, man? How was Japan?
Fantastic. I mean, the time I went also coincided with global events, just like everything else externally. I don't know if you know, but Japan and China are having a spat now.
Correct,
so
correct.
30% of Chinese people have cancelled their trips to Japan, or at least projected to have cancelled their trips to Japan. So a lot less tourists than I expected.
You could feel it. You could feel
I feel, yeah. Last time traveling in Tokyo, I've always felt like, wow, everywhere you turn left, turn right, it's either Chinese accent or Singaporean accent, right?
The sound was just Singaporean accent.
I heard more Singapore accent than like Chinese accent.
Really?
Yeah. So I think that you really feel it, and I think the US also had some travel advisory because of bear attacks as well. So yeah, just generally, I mean, it was crowded, yes, but not as insane as I've heard online.
But did anyone not think you're from Singapore and think you're from somewhere else, like China?
I mean, the Japanese, I don't feel they're as warm to foreigners or tourists as they were before. I mean, normal, right?
Yeah.
A lot of over-touristing in the country. But yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. I went to Shizuoka, Hamamatsu, Tokyo, all these places.
Well, and your kid must have loved it also.
Loved it. It was like 80% like rural, outdoor, countryside thing, and 20% like the madness of Tokyo and all.
Any sightings of bears? Anything close?
I was really hoping to see, but I didn't. I went hiking one day. But people there really like it's just part of life. Like, so they'll walk and you hear ding 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 ding. They're all wearing bear bells, because apparently you wear a bell on yourself. It warns the bear that you are in the area and they don't come. They won't come.
Really?
Yeah. So bears actually don't want to have contact with humans, but when they actually bump into you, that's when they might attack you.
Oh.
So if you make enough noise and all, actually they won't come for you. So I think I had a One Shiok Thing where I talked about bear attacks.
The video.
So the bear bells were a real thing. People really were just wearing bells walking around.
I mean, to clarify and save you some misinterpretation, your One Shiok Thing was not about bear attacks. Like, it was a video made about bear attacks.
A video about how to avoid a bear attack.
How to avoid a bear attack.
Yeah, correct.
But the weather all, how? Shiok.
Beautiful, yeah. Cool, very late. I mean, climate change, so very late autumn.
Some of the yen is not doing the best also, right?
Yen's plunging because of the relationship between Japan and China.
Yeah.
So everything, everything comes from external factors. You think that you control so much of your own destiny, right? Actually, there's so little you control about it. That's like this week's 𝗂𝗵𝗵. This past week's 𝗂𝗵𝗵 as well.
So
right?
throwing shade to 𝗬𝗵 𝗟𝗵 and Jackie, who did a stellar job, coming on the podcast.
No, it's not just about job. I think the timing was just fantastic. Yeah, I watched the Singapore match. I was in the rural mountains in Japan. Won't say how. Won't say how, but I managed to watch it.
Yeah.
And it was just awesome. Like being probably the only person watching this in the rural mountains in Japan, texting our friend who was there in Hong Kong at the match and all that, right?
Yeah.
Do you watch it?
No, man. I didn't watch it live. Yeah.
Why?
No, because, so now, like, our kid is sleeping damn late. She sleeps at, like, 9.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, having to, like, bathe her and then get her into bed and all.
Yeah.
I mean, I try and help out, lah.
Yeah.
So, I was planning to watch the game after.
Yeah.
So, I didn't watch it live.
But the game
was at 8, right?
No, it started at, like, 9. Like late.
So that's deep in the getting my kid to sleep. Right?
Oh, wait, maybe it started at 8.
I think it started at 8.
9 o'clock Tokyo time.
So, I also feel like, shit, I should have. And like, need to work out something where can carve out time at that time to watch like games like this. So
it's her fault. It's her fault, not your fault. It's just there's always external factors as opposed to
internal.
I
need to carve out time and come up with some way.
Her fault. Why you sleep so late? You end up missing a milestone in Singapore. You make me miss a milestone in Singapore footballing history.
Terence, please. I'm not the same person, Terence.
Okay.
Yeah, always painting this image of me.
No, yeah. But I mean, I was very excited to. Yeah, actually, I can't wait to listen to the Andy Chen podcast. And I mean, Jackie also lah. I always love. Jackie is like he reads so much like local news and all that. It was very shocking when you think about like. I mean, you're a stand-up comedian. Why do you need to read so much of the news?
All the more, wouldn't you think that you need to be keep up to date with things that are happening? Because as a comedian, you are a mirror to society.
True. But maybe more than any other comedian that I've met. Yeah.
So it's fun.
And Andy, I mean, I always love catching up with him. But the last couple of times, I think, that he's been on the podcast, was when I was not here. So I haven't had a chance to really talk to him.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, he had that big announcement in the news also.
Yeah, I also couldn't be a part of the opening event.
Yeah. But yeah. So good to have you back. As much as you think like we were suffering while you were gone, it's all going fine, Terence.
It went excellent. I mean, there was also over the weekend like a big momentous event for 𝗂𝗵𝗵 as well, right?
Yes. Which is what I think you're alluding to.
Yeah.
The launch of 𝗂𝗵𝗵 merch.
Yes. Soft launch. Is it soft launch?
It was soft in the sense that we had one Instagram post and a couple of stories.
Yeah.
But for the first time ever, we actually have 𝗂𝗵𝗵 merch, which is something people have asked us to do for a long time. Finally, we have a T-shirt for males and females and a cap and a sticker pack. Yeah. And you can find it all on 𝗂𝗵𝗵.com.
Yeah.
I think we are taking pre-orders up till 30th November. But how does it feel to have merch, Terence?
No, it was a very profound moment for me because I was, in the midst of the in Tokyo, which is all about consumerism, right? Like shopping and all that. And then to suddenly, our merch store is live, right?
Yeah.
And to say, we got merch now, like people can buy a piece of 𝗂𝗵𝗵 and brand themselves with 𝗂𝗵𝗵, just as I'm buying something to brand myself with this clothing brand or whatever.
Yeah,
it was very real and very live and very very visceral feeling for us. For me. For you.
No, I mean, it was great. I mean, it was yet another wonderful thing that happened while you were gone. So, I mean, I'll leave you to that, Terence.
I think I'm a bit like a football coach like that. You just got to let the team do things. You set the direction, make sure everything's okay. But after when the match starts, you sort of just sit there and you just watch everything.
You maybe were in the highlands in Japan, Terence. Now you're in Singapore. I'll come back down to earth. Okay. No, but really, kudos to our team who made it happen. We already got sales the moment it went live, which is very like, how you say, very heartening, like, because people have told us for years that they want merch, just if not for like just the fact that they want to get a t-shirt or something, they want to support the podcast, like. So to see sales come in, I think someone from New York also ordered something.
Yeah.
It just means the world to us, man.
And I think we pushed to really get it launched this window because it's Christmas.
Christmas.
We want people to be able to buy this for their loved ones. Like if your husband or wife loves 𝗬𝗵, this is a great gift. So all this, everything here is like we would wear it ourselves because we did try a lot of other iterations of products that we didn't like or didn't fit our vibe, right?
Exactly.
And this is what we landed on.
So I mean, we are super happy. There's probably going to be more in future, but for now, I think we have limited availability as well. Because it's the first time we're doing merch. So if you want it, just click on the link in the show notes, or you just type in 𝗬𝗵.com. It'll take you to our store, and we will get it to you by Christmas.
T-shirt, sticker pack, hats, caps.
Or a bundle that has all three.
Christmas bundle.
So yeah, man, exciting times. Exciting times.
What a week.
What a week, man. Cool.
But I mean, the first topic also is, related to that exciting week that just passed as well, right? But it's kind of like after the emotional high, now people are having serious discussions about what's next. And what is this topic?
It is the question that on a lot of people's minds, that has been on people's minds since we qualified for the Asia Football Cup, is whether or not the interim head coach, Gavin Lee, should be made the full-time national football team coach, the head coach. In the lead up to the Asian Cup, which is happening in Riyadh in 2027. So I mean, right from the time that we beat Hong Kong, be it like interviews that he did at the airport, interviews that he did in Hong Kong, a lot of opinions have been passed about him, whether he should be or whether he should not be. Just reading a few of the articles like that came out. So I think very close to the win, CNA had an article saying Snap Inside Lions historic feat shows why Gavin Lee deserves to be Singapore's next football head coach. Then a few days later, it was commentary. Let's not get caught up in a moment when choosing Singapore's next football head coach. And then articles like Mothership comment, thanks for the 2 million for us, now give the job to Gavin. So I mean, these are all opinion pieces, as they would be, because I mean, there's not much fact to base on. But that's the big question.
And I think it's super interesting to talk about because the only long form interview that Gavin Lee did in the lead up to this qualification process was on 𝗬𝗵, right?
Hell yeah.
Many people might not know, but yes, if you want to go and get into the mind of Gavin Lee, like right before he went into this phase of like 3 very intense matches to qualify for the Asian Cup, listen to 𝗬𝗵. That episode with Gavin Lee.
Because now I think every media outlet is trying to get Gavin.
Everyone is trying to get him, but have they got him?
Well, we will find out. Hey, are we going to get him a second time? We will find out. We'll find out soon.
I mean, and that's the big question. Will he still be around as the coach the next time we get him on? Right?
So just, to kick off the bet, Terence, if you had the power vested in you, would you keep Gavin Lee on as the national team coach?
Yes, but not because of the reasons that people are saying here about football. I would say that his appointment will represent something much larger than just football. I mean, I just came from
meritocracy.
I mean, more than that. I just came from Japan, where there's a new prime minister, and there's all this talk about how immigrants are destroying the economy and things like that. And that's off the backdrop of what's going on in the US as well and UK as well, and much of the world, right? Where a lot of blame is being heaped on immigrants and foreigners stealing jobs and all. We're not spared that in Singapore either. We hear a lot of it on, Reddit, on forums and everything. And now there's a chance for us to have a coach who, completely homegrown, like literally studied Victoria JC, NTU, came up through the S League, everything, and has secured us something that is a historic moment in our footballing history, right? Nothing would say would buck the trend against this wave of anti-foreigner sentiment more than just celebrating one of our own, right? And just saying that, hey, we can do it too, we Singaporean local boy, everything, we can do just as well if put in positions, right, or given opportunities that are often not granted to us because Singapore's small market and all that, right? So just for that alone, as an administrator, if I was FAS, I would say you would need to do it because it's such a big step for Singapore. Yeah.
To be honest, I was just expecting a yes or no answer.
Sorry.
Funky gave this whole political speech. I was like, we sat down our answers, then we go and do it.
I haven't been on the podcast for like a week. I need to make up for it.
In the mountains, you're like, I just need to talk. I just need to talk.
Secretly, I listened to your podcast and I was just so frustrated that I cannot chime in and all that. So I just
it was amazing for me. But for me, I would also say, after, trying to look at the different perspectives, I would say yes also.
And why?
Because, so the arguments put forth, I guess one big thing is that he was with Tampines Rovers for I think 8 years.
Yeah.
And then he was part of the backroom staff for the previous head coach.
Yeah.
And apparently he ran a lot of briefings, he did a lot of analysis and was an integral part of that. And the question is that he has never led a team to an international tournament, much less like the Asian Cup, which is going to be 24 teams, going to be playing against potentially Australia, Saudi Arabia, Iran, teams that can hold a lot of other countries to a good game of football. They can compete. Yeah. And that he doesn't have the experience to do that. And when I was reading some commentary was that, a lot of the play, you only have like maximum 6 games at this tournament to really make it. You need people who have experience, you need people who have the cachet, who have been there, done that. But then, if you look at the past, I think over the past few years, we've had 5 different national coaches. All a lot of pedigree. But the results all are lacking.
Yeah.
And of course, they said the previous head coach did a lot to institutionalize what the work ethic and all that we see now. Yes, fair play. But the non-football thing that I feel is also something to really consider is how, for the first time, it feels like Singaporeans care about football again. And I think that is so powerful. And that shouldn't be taken for granted. So I don't know. Okay, we are not in the business of football. I know even like hearing people, experts, people in the industry, they say there is some benefit to really investing in him now. And it might not be the best thing for him to become head coach because there's a lot of other things that in the long term would make him a good head coach.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't have the expertise to say, but it feels like there's a very special moment now that we need to capitalize on.
Yeah. I got no illusions that Singapore is going to progress far in the Asian Cup, right? I mean, if the score is like 10-0 to Saudi Arabia or that, I'll be like, oh, okay, I mean, kind of expected in some way. I mean, that has literally, we've lost by huge numbers to some of our neighbours, our other Asian countries before. I got no I got no delusions or grandeur that Singapore's going to win the Asian Cup at all or even progress very far in it. But the fact that Singapore is there, that is the celebration already. That's like 80% of the success already, right? That we are, have a puncher's chance at progressing or, playing well against a very, very big team that would feature in the World Cup otherwise as well, right? If there's no better place to blood a, young local coaching talent than at a place like the Asian Cup, where I feel like, the expectations for Singapore are not going to be like sky high, right? You want to get them experience, you want to get them to an international level and become the coach that has that experience. This is the place to do it, right? And to me, it's like, if that means that, Singapore, maybe there's less potential for like really progressing further in the tournament, I think it's actually even worth doing that to show that there is an opportunity for someone who brings results for the team as well, right? If not, it's always like the whole story of like, oh yeah, we need a foreigner who is better qualified or more experienced and all that. How many times how many industries in Singapore we hear that already?
Definitely in media,
we hear that all the time, and it's so frustrating, right? And our government agencies also. We've sat in meetings where they look at us in the eye and say, your local companies, you are not demand drivers. We need a big Nas Daily or someone to come and then we will give the resources to do it. It's so frustrating. We're here, we're invested in the industry here. We want to help people. We're here for the long term. But our own government, our own institutions don't want to support us, right? So again, I see this is a very big decision point for the footballing community that has wider implications that talks about inspiring a whole generation, right? That's why I think it's like you have to think bigger than just like what getting even one more stage in the tournament or anything.
No, but the argument to think bigger is what? I mean, some people are saying that he has a lot of talent, and maybe if he can be attached to, I don't know, a Premier League club or a La Liga club, it is doing the best thing that we can do for that talent for the bigger picture of the future of Singapore football.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, then you're talking about bigger picture, there's that argument there.
But then that's where he still has a 1 year plus runway, right? To do something like that. Maybe even the Premier League, not necessarily one of the bigger clubs, but maybe there is a smaller club with maybe a Singaporean working there. There could possibly work something out. That would be awesome, right?
Yeah.
And not even just, and I'm not saying he's going there as a coach or what, but really just understanding how the club is run and the principles behind it. Because I think one interesting perspective we have is we sat down with him and spoke to him for an hour plus, right? What do you glean from there that maybe surprised you about Gavin Lee, that kind of looking back kind of connects the dots to where he is today?
I mean, he lives and breathes football. To the point that, I mean, hearing his story, how from young he's always wanted to be involved in football, wanted to be a player, had the maturity at 15 to realize he's never going to make it as a player, be a coach. And yeah, it's rare that you meet people in Singapore these days pursuing non-conventional paths at such a young age. But I think it's such a great thing for people to know when you're young, this is what they want to do, and be able to pursue it and actually get some results. Then I'm like, wow, fuck, this guy is like 35. He's lived and breathed Singapore football his whole life.
Yeah.
And that to me was a big thing.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah, the self-awareness was there.
Yeah.
To me, the most interesting thing talking to him is that he really is his own man. He really is his own man, independent mind, independent thinker and all. I was really trying to press who do you look up to as a manager? Was it Jose Mourinho or Pep Guardiola and everything? I felt like he doesn't look up to these like coaches and say I want to emulate them or anything. He really is like, okay, I know what is my strength and my style, and this is how I'm going to deal with it. And whatever, a lot of people have different coaching philosophies, everything. This is my philosophy that I believe in, that has worked for me. And I spend all this time on the ground talking to the boys and talking to them and understanding them as humans. So it's not about like giving one rah-rah team talk like Arteta taking a light bulb at halftime or anything like that. None of that. He's really just like his own thing, studying the, footage and getting to know the players and really just working through the tactics with his team. So in that sense, that's what really surprised me about a young coach from Singapore, right? That he wasn't trying to be like somebody or pretending to be somebody he's not. And he kind of is very grounded in himself. And that kind of quiet confidence, I think, is what Singapore team maybe needs now, rather than like saying, let's rely on whether it's more naturalized talent or even like a foreign coach to come in to raise the bar for Singapore. Because I think we have seen what the results of that in the last couple of decades. They haven't worked out very well, right? I mean, case in point, Malaysia is now they're winning all their matches at this tournament, at this Asian Cup qualifications. But they are on the verge. They might be disqualified.
𝗲𝗵 𝗟𝗵.
Because they've just like I think they submitted like I don't know whether it's like false documents or something for some of the naturalized players. A lot of the naturalized players they have on the team, and a lot of their own media is criticizing them for that, right? Because they went down the route of like getting a lot of naturalized players to come versus Singapore, which has only 2 naturalized players, right? So. I think it says something when there's someone who is very confident and quietly confident in his own way, and he knows the system, the culture, the boys, and is able to produce results. And he can produce results already, right? So why not, man?
But if you think about results, right? So what I see online is that he's been interim head coach for 6 games, and he has won 3, drawn 1, lost 2. So I mean, not like 100% record. And I'm saying this only just to really try and understand the perspective that, okay, we cannot that CNA article says, let's not get caught up in the moment when choosing Singapore's next football coach. But even then, his win record, I think, to me, the things that stand out the most, even if Singapore, I mean, I did watch the highlights of the game and as much as I could. And are they the perfect team? No. There are still lapses, right? The fact that they still went down, Hong Kong had a few other chances to score. You can argue all that. But the fact is that, he's revived the interest in football. And it's, there's momentum. And it feels like a fresh new change if we go with him as opposed to doing the same thing we've done, regardless of who you get. Because I mean, some of the names mentioned was that Fabio Cannavaro, Italian World Cup legend, World Cup winner. He's being considered 𝗬𝗵𝗔. I mean, honestly, even if they get like a Carlos Ancelotti or something, right?
Yeah.
I would feel less, for Singapore. Even if they get like Sir Alex Ferguson, to me, I'm like, okay, it's the same old.
Yeah.
And there's no guarantee about why it would do well. And I guess the biggest thing is that why is it binary that he needs to be either head coach or even if he carries on as assistant head coach? I mean, we are in the land of senior ministers.
Yeah.
We are in the land of minister mentors.
Yeah.
We are in the land of emeritus whatever shit. So it feels like a bit, okay, he can still stay as head coach, but you surround him with people with experience.
Yeah.
Why can't you do that?
Yeah. It kind of made me think back to our own experience of like jumping into producing and directing television series, right? Where we walked in and I think, we were YouTubers, right? We were very green with the whole process of producing a full TV series for a regional network that, now liquidated. But anyway, we did it, right? And we did it not by being fucking the best people in the world or anything, but we did it by assembling a team around us, right? A team of like assistant directors and technical crew and set designers, makeup artists, all that, who could do the job, and I could not do what they do, right? But because there were competent people around me, then I could focus on what I wanted to focus on, which is working with actors and things like that, right? And that job of directing became so much more fun and so much more interesting, right? Obviously, there were also hiccups along the way, here and there, but we learn and adapt quickly, But the important thing is that it's not a one-person job also, right? You surround the person with a team, but ultimately he's the one that deals with the players and makes the key decisions and takes responsibility for them,
Yeah.
So it's totally doable.
Yeah, and I heard your lead actor during that also was really good,
Oh yeah. 𝗬𝗵, right? 𝗬𝗵, yeah. He's a talent, man. He's a talent.
Yeah, he's a talented guy. But I think he also worked very well with the lead actor, But yeah, that whole thing about it just. I mean, I have a feeling that he might not be. I don't know. And I mean, I think the revive FAS, whatever you call them, FAS 2.0 and all that, they've already delivered. I just hope that this opportunity is not missed. And I don't know, online, whatever you see on Reddit and all, there's, I think, overwhelming support that he be kept as head coach.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's something we are missing as, just spectators, fans of the sport. But it really feels like this is such a special time. I mean, watching the video of the fans at our Tampines hub was amazing, of them celebrating and all. Then you got some random person in some Japanese forest also just watching.
Exactly.
It's just amazing, It's just amazing. And I guess speaking to Gavin also gave me a bit more what you say, he's his own man. He bleeds Singapore football, and it's like, wow, this is like the perfect scenario,
Yeah.
I mean, for all those naysayers, he didn't spend time abroad, when he was 4, go and then come back and become head coach. He took over at Tampines Rovers, and he was already at that point the youngest manager in Singapore League history, at the age of 29, I believe.
Yeah.
And he led them. He did pretty well with them.
Yeah.
So just feel like, hey, this guy. We talk about talent on the field. This guy is talent off the field, So just hope, because he can still go overseas after that.
Yeah.
For Asian Cup after that, go overseas. Just don't know.
Go Saudi Arabia. Yeah. They're looking for talent.
Are they?
They always are. Always are, right?
Always are.
But then the flip side, do you think he will be, if Singapore has a bad run of form leading up to Saudi Arabia, and then later really get trash 10-0 in every match in Saudi Arabia, will people turn around and say, see I told you all should have got a more experienced coach?
I mean, of course, there will be people who will say that. Of course, if they get really destroyed, there will be people who say that. I mean, look at Joseph Schooling. Go from one hand, on top of the world, every Singaporean's hero, to somewhat of a fall from grace.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't pass it, but the same could be said for any coach that comes in.
Yeah.
Right. In fact, this guy got skin in the game, man.
He got skin in the game.
I don't think he's going to relocate to another country. So it just feels like he got skin in the game. The same could happen with every coach. We haven't been successful with overseas coaches. The last time we had some glory was 2012 when we won the ASEAN Cup. 13 years, nothing until now. So it just feels like, hey, there's something there.
Yeah. I really do think they should think longer term and consider this Asian Cup as like an opportunity to blood new talent, right? In the coaching as well. And then he has big game experience. And then, like you say, maybe can still go overseas after that, right? Or develop more after that. And then have another stint as a coach later in his life or something, right?
Yeah.
I just feel like there's no reason to be scrambling to find a new coach when there's one who's like here and competent and has delivered what we all are looking for, right?
And I think the message it will send, that's one thing. That's one thing, the message. I mean, even if Singapore gets trashed and all that, it just feels like this one, if we're putting our money where our mouth is, we're believing in one of our own, and we see what happens.
Yeah.
Because you imagine from now till Riyadh, if he's coach, then hashtag what Jackie said, Gav in.
Yeah,
it just feels like, hey, fuck, man, there's something there, man.
And then there's something like 𝗟𝗵𝗏 needs to go to Saudi Arabia to cover. It's important.
The next time a baby needs to sleep, I'm like, sorry, okay, wife, please, I'm doing my national duty.
Yeah, it's more important things.
I mean, that sounded very chauvinistic, but it just feels like, please, let's see. I mean, Forrest Lee did say that he is a very strong candidate. After what he's achieved.
That's the other part of it that I also realized that the FAS at the end of the day is an organization, right? And every organization also has multiple stakeholders and office politics, right? That kind of thing. So Forrest Lee, even though he's a billionaire that is coming in and looks like he's going to change everything, but at the same time, there's probably something he has to navigate within the FAS about choosing a candidate, right? So I don't know whether Forrest Lee is Gav in or Gav out, right? You don't know whether his team Gav in or Gav out. But he's a billionaire who also doesn't have to care about your opinion or mine.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, suddenly next year Shopee ad is Gavin.
We don't give you the Singapore head coach role.
Yeah, but you hate Shopee ambassador in the video. So we see. I don't know when they'll announce.
I don't know. There's no timeline.
Timeline, right?
But we'll see what happens. But just I'm really happy for Gavin.
I mean, he's pretty good in media also, man.
He is.
Right, his answers all like...
knows how to control the crowd.
Solid lah. So yeah. Hello there. If you're new to 𝗟𝗏, welcome. We cover the news from every angle, no matter how controversial. And we're going to keep creating the best possible content for as long as possible. So it would mean the world to us if you could hit the subscribe button down below. It's free and it'll really help this podcast continue to grow. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for being part of our journey. If you've been listening to us for a while but haven't yet subscribed, all I can say is, why not? I mean, it's free and it'll take like 2 seconds. So just do it now. Come on, just do it. Just do it. Okay, I'm not going to stop until you do it. All right, done? Okay, great. Thanks.
But speaking of fall from grace, man, another competition that was happening elsewhere in this last few days that also literally had a fall, but also the fall from grace, as mentioned. And what is this controversial competition?
It is the Miss Universe pageant, and it's not just one or two controversies or things that went in the news. Is multiple. I mean, I think one thing that trended like a week before the competition itself was when I think he
that's like a month ago.
Oh, a month ago. Was when one of the very senior people, Mr. Nawat Itsara Grisil, who is known as a Thai media mogul who holds the license to stage the 2025 Miss Universe pageant. There was a video of him reprimanding Miss Mexico, Fatima Bosch, for not posting stuff that she was supposed to post online or something, and with a bunch of other contestants walking out.
He didn't just reprimand, he called her dumbhead. But
which he said is damage. He's a very thick Thai accent, but if you watch it, you're like, I mean, there's a clip of the whole that whole 20-minute thing and he wasn't nice He was basically it was damn weird because the camera would show him scolding them and all, then pan to a bunch of just women sitting down in silence, and he would be saying like, all those who never post, stand up. I have your names here. You hands up or stand up. Then it felt like it was a classroom. So after that, he did a public apology. He cried. He said, there's a lot of stress on him. He apologized and whatnot to the contestants. Then the latest piece of news is that the winner of the Miss Universe pageant is Miss Mexico, 𝗲𝗵 𝗟𝗵. So she came first. And around that, because there's been a lot of videos dissecting it and all from past pageant winners, from pageant connoisseurs or pageant fanboys and fangirls. Basically, in the lead up to the competition, there were a few judges, one or two who quit right? And then there was other judges saying they voted for someone else, but they were told to vote for Miss Mexico because her father has dealings with the owner of Miss Universe.
Alleged,
And then apparently she was booed off stage. I couldn't find a clip of her being booed off stage, but there were videos of people in the audience who were booing her. And it just feels like, whoa, that's a dramatic thing. Like even Miss Universe Singapore said she was surprised by Mexico's wins.
Throwing shit.
Yeah. So, Terence, I'm sure you were keeping track of Miss Universe while you were in Japan with your family.
No lah. This was, I really didn't want to cover this topic, but I think you insisted.
Okay. So, for everyone listening, we have a very robust process for thinking of which topic to discuss, to make sure that we honor the rigor of 𝗟𝗵 and the importance of topics to everyone. I do not want to talk about this, Terence.
No, but I think I knew that Harish really wanted to do research on Miss Universe contestants. That was very high on his bucket list.
Nonsense.
His bucket list on a Monday morning.
Nonsense.
Be able to go on Instagram and research Miss Universe contestants.
I was like, Terence, you've just been away for a week from talking about things that matter to Singaporeans, and you come back, you were so adamant about talking about this.
No, I thought this was a very interesting topic, right?
Why?
Not only, there's this. There will be a fantastic episode of Tell You First, our other podcast coming out. Oh, there was an episode that came out already, right? Where we did cover Miss Universe pageants or beauty pageants in general. And I think ours was more focused on the beauty pageants in Singapore, right? But the whole decline of beauty pageants, and the only reason that beauty pageants get in the news these days are for controversial issues like this. And I think this year's one is so many different issues, and it really just begs the question: should we even why should we even be surprised if the result was rigged in Miss Mexico's favor? Why should we even be surprised at this stage? Because we know what beauty pageants are and what they're not really. They're not objective measures of real skill or talent or anything like that, really, right?
Are they not?
They're not. Absolutely not, right?
What gives you the right as a man, Terence, to say with such conviction?
All beauty pageants, men or women, Manhunt or Miss Universe, they depend on a group of judges who I don't know why they're even selected as judges or anything either, right? The beauty pageants basically have been facing a decline in viewership and relevance all these years. So why do you even have to boo the person, the Miss Mexico, even if you're not happy with their decision? That was my big sort of 𝗟𝗵 moment.
You don't feel you're surprised that people booed?
I don't. Why would they even be surprised that Miss Mexico won?
We've heard anecdotally that all spectator sports are rigged. Bookies play a part. But whether you want to believe that or not, people still get riled up by when the national team doesn't do well. So in some way, this is a national event.
And it was in Thailand also.
It was in Thailand. Countries were pitted against each other. And if you see the final questions answered by the top 5 finalists, the Miss Ivory Coast was really very impressive.
So you really scrutinize all the answers. You're into their personalities.
Terence, if we want to cover a topic, it is on our part to do the research.
I see. Okay.
All right. You can get transcripts of what they said, and you look at the answers, the way they delivered it. It was an important point of discussion, Terence. You did not. You did not.
No, I did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. So I mean, you look at answers, and Miss Mexico. I mean, her English is not as fluent as some of the other contestants, but even the substance of her answer, I felt, the other ones communicated it better. But I mean, at the end of the day, I would still like to think that there is some element of this being anchored in some quantifiable aspect of their performance through the show.
Her beauty, Harish.
Terence, it's not all about the beauty. It's not all about looks. Beauty is on the inside, Terence.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't fault people for. I mean, if you're saying, oh, it's not polite or not gracious to boo, that one I think is arguable. But if they feel that way, if they feel unhappy, I think they have every right.
But right, I mean, it sucks for Miss Mexico, right? She's just doing her thing.
Yeah. Kena scolded.
It became a big viral event. And then if the organization decides that, okay, we got to give it to her as a peace offering, kind of. I mean, I think all the girls who get there, if any one of them win, they're all like, candidates, right? They're all potential candidates for Miss Universe, right? We should just celebrate it, and rather than like, oh, boo, this is rigged and Miss Thailand should have won. And
but these people, I mean, taking part in a pageant like this is not easy, They do have to go for training, and I mean, I think that one, regardless of what you think of the pageants, they do prepare a lot, So if they don't win when it's not as meritocratic as it's supposed to be, they have every right to get angry also.
But again, like our discussion about the football thing, isn't there a larger picture of like Miss Mexico winning the Miss Universe? Considering that, what's going on, in the north, in the US as well, where immigrants are being kicked back to their countries, arrested on the streets and things like that, right? A lot of them, I mean, illegal immigrants from Mexico also, right?
Yeah.
Them as a people are getting a very bad rep in the Western world, right? So maybe there is a political statement to also make to celebrate Latinas and the Mexican culture also.
No, but the point of the Miss Universe is not to be political. It's not to...
What?
The point of it, whether it is, whether it isn't, that's a separate thing. But I don't think it would be nonsense if Miss Universe is trying to make a statement on things that are affecting other countries, let alone like not the world. No.
Yeah.
So I think that's a terrible analogy, Terence.
No, I think it's important.
Keeping Gavin Lee as a coach, head coach, it sends a message to Singapore and nothing to do with the rest of the world. He's not saying he took part in a competition, kena scolded, kena called idiot or something. Hey, there's another similarity. Both sides is a man in power calling someone either an idiot or dumbhead.
Who called who an idiot? David New. Yeah. That's right. I wasn't around when all that happened as well. So I wasn't following as closely.
Yeah, but I think if this is to send a statement about what's happening to Mexicans in the US and all that, then I would feel like, hey, Miss Universe, please, what? That's nonsense.
But that to me is the crux of it. Miss Universe is pretty much an irrelevant competition that, I'm very surprised that it's still around.
Yeah.
And if it's there, if there's some statement or political statement to be made or whatever, that's just what it is. It's a statement. It's not like an objective competition where people fight and jostle and, there's someone who's best and not the best and all that.
But that's what they market themselves to be. So to me, I'm like, then if you're doing it, then you're being disingenuous. And maybe they are. They are. But I don't think people should accept it like that.
So you think people justified to boo her, be upset?
There's two different things, Cyrus. The booing is by not the contestants, it's the fans.
That's what I say. I'm asking people justified to boo her.
I mean, in general, like at a sporting contest, I don't like booing.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
There's a difference between booing and scolding.
I think I was sitting right next to somebody who was like, Erica, you goalkeeper, asshole. Even the 4-year-old kid also didn't get spared.
But that's different from booing. Booing is low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. For context, that was like, I went with Harish to go and watch the AFC 2 final between the Lion City Sailors and
I was definitely shouting.
The Qatarian team, was it?
No, Saudi?
No, I think from Qatar, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
But anyway, it was
I was definitely very vocal.
Yeah.
But booing is to me is like very low hanging fruit. You list some statement.
So you were doing more than just booing. So that statement of you generally don't like booing is completely hypocritical. That's all I'm pointing out.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, but the thing is, booing.
Okay, and for context, I felt uncomfortable with how much vitriol there was at that football match. I felt like, the players, maybe you found that they were taking too long or they were feigning injuries. But every football player does that. And I felt almost a bit embarrassed that our whole Singapore crowd was so angry with them for doing what every player on the pitch would do, right? And
no.
Basically, that we had a discussion with Gavin Lee that players are not robots also. Like they fall on the pitch and everything and they're tired and all. They take time to recover and get up. They can't just spring up immediately.
But that's where I feel the sport, there is a certain beauty to it, and there's a certain integrity to it, and there's a certain thing that it stands for.
Okay.
And I think that should be aspirational. If people are taking 5 minutes to sort out a cramp and like multiple players on one team, it is clearly them trying to delay time. And that takes away from the aspiration and the motivation that sport can bring, Terence.
You can hear why this guy
Sport represents something more than just what's happening on the field. Okay?
Other people listening, you can hear how Harish is trying to pick up the pieces from calling out other people for booing when he himself was the chief booer at a sporting event.
Booing, you must look at what I was booing. Again, I don't think I booed, but I was really not happy that it was getting too much. It is too much delay, okay? Too much delay. And I know this kind of things, you can imagine coaches, kind of telling their players to do that. I played for coaches who tell people to do that. I don't like it. I don't like it. It takes away from what sports represents. So, and to me, sports, it represents something. A Miss Universe pageant, which I also feel, why is it still around?
If it's not a sport, right? Yeah.
It's a competition. So I feel it's irrelevant. I don't know why it's relevant. I would love to talk to someone who, takes part in pageants and all, because, clearly there is a motivation to do it. But if it's a competition, then we have to hold it as in a competition. If it's rigged, then that's fucked up.
But to me, it's at the level of a
reality TV show.
No, those when children like talent time or children like fancy dress competition, that kind of thing at the shopping mall, like best dressed Halloween costume, that kind. Miss Universe to me is that level of competition. So would you be booing a 5-year-old kid who's like wearing a costume that you didn't think deserves the best?
Again, as much as I disagree with the competition, I think the contestants, they do go through a lot. So you comparing it to a children's talent time show, right? It's just belittling all the effort they go through.
You just said that it's not a sport. Right?
It's a competition.
Okay.
Yeah, I say it's a competition that people really have to put in a lot of effort to do. You can disagree why they're doing it, but I think comparing it to children's talent time is different.
Okay, in my mind, I'm definitely biased against the Miss Universe competition. I think it's irrelevant.
Same.
And I feel like people shouldn't put too much stock into like who actually wins or loses these things. But the thing about effort is that I did see like the Miss Singapore, what we wore as a country costume, versus what Miss Mexico wore as a country costume. There's a lot more effort in the Miss Mexico side of things. I don't know if you saw the country costume of Miss Mexico.
Miss Mexico one I saw.
The Miss Mexico one is like, whoa, it looks pretty intense,
Yeah.
And so in terms of effort, not just from her, but from the team designing the costume versus what even Miss Universe Singapore was doing, I feel like got effort So if they got put in the effort and all, and this competition is not that kind of objective competition anyway, then okay give it to her It's acceptable for Miss Mexico to win it.
No, but then you must look at what the other contestants were. The top 5.
All actually
very elaborate.
Yeah, very elaborate. It's not just Miss Universe Mexico. A lot of the other countries quite splendid. The only context I have is the Miss Singapore Universe one, which I felt was like that only.
But Miss Singapore wasn't even in the top 5, so
wasn't But I'm just saying they all put in effort They all put in effort. Also.
Yeah, so that's why I don't think you should compare it to a children's talent time show.
No, they all put in effort. They all put in effort. And so to me, it's like whoever wins is also deserved, and shouldn't boo her that way, I'll be so.
So your main thing is like the booing, as opposed to.
Yeah. I think that I have a bigger issue with like people booing her and taking away from her moment, like especially after what she went through with the whole being scolded.
I mean, she was like treated horribly by that guy, and his apology is also kind of bullshit, lah.
Yeah.
But if that was the reason why she was given the thing, then I feel you're doing a disservice to everyone else, lah.
But that one we also don't know, right?
Yeah.
That one's all allegations.
I didn't know your main thing was that we're debating today is whether it's right to boo or not.
I mean, that's literally the headline of the Straits Times article, right?
Which is what?
Which is what did Miss Singapore Universe say? She said Miss Singapore Universe shocked that Miss Mexico won Miss Universe, but says she didn't deserve to be booed. Harish,
I didn't know that was the main thing. I thought we were just talking about like her Miss Mexico winning lah. If it's the booing thing, like the booing thing. Because, okay, why is different, Terrence? Okay, because on a football pitch, when someone is lying on the ground for 5 minutes, and then after that, another teammate lies on the ground for 5 minutes, there's clearly something going on. This one, you don't know the backstory, and you are projecting on it, lah. You can argue that, 7 people on the same team, all spending 5 minutes on cramps. It happens, Harish. I don't think so, lah. So, lah.
There you go. Still trying to like pick out the pieces. But I really do, I think whatever it is, I don't think she deserves to be booed.
Yeah.
I mean, the competition's irrelevant, but I mean, they're all quite deserving of the Miss Universe crown. I think the top 5 are all like.
Then you phrase it. I also don't think she deserves to be booed.
You fucking asshole. I will be there booing them. I'm the first one to be booing.
No, I did not say that. Because we don't know why she won or the backstory or what was going on. So I don't think she deserves to be booed, but the competition itself, it feels like, what is going on here?
I mean, I will just say that Mexico is not a country that you trifle with, like when it comes to things like competitions or rigging stuff and whatever and all that, because I mean, like, remember the Netflix series Narcos? I think like one of the location scouts for that series was like murdered before they actually filmed there and everything like that. Because I think they were just getting too close to the fire, right? The drug cartels, the cartel situation and everything there. Yeah. So in Mexico, these things have ramifications, basically. Like if you say, well, someone rigged this and not fair and all this kind of thing, got ramifications also. So it's a very tricky situation, I think, for the pageant for Miss Mexico. It's quite sad that the whole pageant ended like that, especially the chaos that was unfolding before everything happened as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, but this is probably the most talked about Miss Universe has been for a long time.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe this is what it needed, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just weird, But yeah, I don't know when Miss World is going to happen. Feels like Miss World has not. I mean, but the fact that these competitions are still around, it feels very weird.
It feels weird.
Feels weird.
Yeah. And in that Tell You First episode, we talk about, I think we also talk about why they're irrelevant, right? And part of it is like, do you even need a international beauty pageant to get a following and to become famous and all that anymore? You don't, right? Now social media has taken over that already. So why even bother to have this thing where people wear crowns and all that?
Yeah. That's why, I mean, it'd be interesting to talk to people who sign up for these pageants. And I mean, I also feel like maybe if you're coming from a country that is not like Singapore, maybe it's not as developed, and this is a platform to put your country on a map. I don't know. There might be reasons there.
There might
be reasons.
Yeah, possibly.
But yeah, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
So, what is your one short comment, Terrence?
I think you can pull yours up first because I got to dig through my history.
Yeah. Mine was on Reddit. Neptunera on the episode with Jackie Ng. So what they wrote was, got to admit, this episode really, really surprised me. Jackie is great, but his stand-up routines never really captured me the same way it did many others. But wow, the chemistry between Harish and Jackie is impeccable and it's hilarious from start till end. Please get him back on the show as co-host again when either regular hosts are away on break. And I mean, I think like like it's always good having Jackie on, and I really hope more people can also watch his comedy. I mean, just like comedy is one comedian's comedy is not for everyone, but I don't know, man. Just seeing how he has evolved as a comedian. His latest 1 hour special, the 𝗂𝗂𝗏 was
great, man.
Yeah, it was great lah. It's great, and we'll definitely have him back. But yeah, check out his comedy.
Yeah.
It's good.
I think my One Shiok Comment is actually from that episode with Gavin Lee, where we recorded with Gavin Lee. A lot of people have rediscovered that episode as well. And they came back to listen to the episode. Or some people have even listened to the episode again after Singapore beat Hong Kong. And I think some of the most interesting comments there are like 0225 said, Gavin mentioning survivorship bias and reduced sample size shows he is a data and analytics guy. Hope he can create more big breakthroughs for Singapore football. Yeah, so to my point earlier, I think listening to Gavin talk, you learn a lot about how he thinks about football, which is, for me, was like an insight into at the highest level of football, like how they have to, what they do on a day-to-day basis and how they work, which was super illuminating and not something I expected to learn so much from.
Yeah, man. So hashtag Gavin.
Gavin.
All right, what about your One Shiok Thing, man?
Actually, my One Shiok Thing is the latest season of Physical Asia. Has it been a One Shiok Thing on anyone yet? No, right?
Wait, maybe it was Andy Chen's one. I don't know. But you just said,
Oh, yeah. But I actually watched it through this trip as well. And there were just, don't want to give any spoilers on who won and all, but there are some really inspiring, quite inspirational parts of the whole competition, right? Where there are some athletes above the age of 40. There are some athletes who are smaller in size or stature, not the strongest guys in the competition, who managed to do quite amazing things. And I thought like Physical 100, like seasons 1 and 2 were great to watch, but it always felt like it was a very individual competition ultimately. And people like us would never be able to do what 𝗕𝗵 does, like, for example, right? But when you watch how even the strongest teams, like physically strongest teams, have to learn to work together as a team, and when they don't work together as a team, that's when things start falling apart. It tells you that team sports are very different from individual sports, and that's what was very interesting about this Physical Asia.
But Terence is rigged, Terence.
It's not hard to rig. It's much more objective as competition. But I was very happy for everyone. I never boo anyone at all. Even if I didn't support them, I never boo them. I never say Caillou. I never scold a 4-year-old kid that like happened to be walking past and just happened to throw something on the pitch.
For context, people were throwing all these fans on the pitch, and I was getting damn annoyed. And just
because it was delaying play. It was delaying play.
Yeah, and just so happened where one fan came in front of us, and I'm like, hey, who the fuck? And then it was just a young kid who threw it.
And that was Harish screaming at him, booing him, just like how the crowd booed Miss Mexico.
Two very different things. Okay, two very different things. So Physical Asia, I really enjoyed Physical 100 and I heard good things. This was Andy's one also, Physical Asia.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. My One Shiok Thing is over the weekend I watched this play by Checkpoint Theatre called Fourth Trimester.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
Checkpoint Theatre?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Yeah, Fourth Trimester. It's written by 𝗕𝗏 𝗏𝗏. Basically, it is about the first few months after having a newborn. And I think it's the second restaging of the play. It came out in 2022. She wrote it through COVID. And she's quite a prolific playwright.
Who's it?
𝗕𝗏 𝗏𝗏.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it won Production of the Year that year and another award, and it's been restaged. It's quite long. It's 3 hours with an intermission. But honestly, it did not feel like 3 hours, and walao, I cried so much. I think everybody was just crying because it's basically about 4 families dealing with different aspects of parenthood and babies. So it's so relatable. I think if I didn't have a kid, I watch it, I'm like, okay, I'm not really getting a lot of things. But if you have a kid, it's awesome.
Wasn't it traumatic to watch something that reminds you of how how tough your life is like at this moment.
I mean,
And then you also probably didn't bring your child, like you had to leave.
Yeah, so it's ironic. I was thinking, it's 3 hours at night. Walao, just like
You leave the care of the
parents.
child to someone else while you go enjoy a play about the difficulty of parenthood.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Wow, it's really, really difficult. It did occur to me. But then, but it was, I mean, not say traumatic to relive it. It just makes you think that, hey, everybody goes through it. It's damn hard. There's a lot of things you never know, no matter how much you read up or talk to people. But it's a real thing. Everybody goes through it.
But what inspired you to go and watch this?
Friends invited us, my wife and I, to go.
Oh, nice.
So it was good.
It's
I recommend it.
It's like inviting you all to collective trauma,
yes, Terence.
Trauma
Once in a
sharing.
while, it's good to be in touch with your feelings, Terence. Okay, it's a good show and it makes you it's good, Terence.
I thought you were going to recommend something else, but it's good that you are checking out the local theatre scene.
It's very good. And I didn't feel like 3 hours. The set design, I mean, simple set, but it was at NLB, one of the theatres, and I was like, oh shit, it's damn cool to. And it makes me think, we need to do a play of some sort, at some point, don't know about what, but something, some point.
Something.
Yeah. But yes, man. We're back to regular business.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please share it with at least one other person who may not have heard of us. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, and Telegram. Our Reddit now, I think, is about 8,500 followers, which is great. And if you want to sign up for our weekly newsletter where we consolidate all our One Shiok Things, you can sign up for your little bit at our website, ministryoffunny.com.
Yeah, and if you want to work with us, email us at contact@ministryoffunny.com or check out ministryoffunny.com. And if you want to buy our merch, go to 𝗬𝗵𝗕𝗂𝗵 now to pre-order until 30th of November, and we'll get it to you before Christmas, right?
Yep. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll talk to y'all soon.